Hi guys! Do you know that every country always has their own traditional music instrument? And their instruments are very unique. So, we are going to introduce it to you all. Keep on watching!
The traditional musical instrument of Afghanistan is the rubab. It was the first instrument used in shikams. The rubab is a profound representation of Afghan culture values, identity, and historical significance. Its central role in music reflects the importance of artistic expression in Afghan society, while its historical roots highlight the instrument's role in connecting diverse traditions and people. The rubab embodies resilience and creativity, serving as a symbol of Afghan pride and cultural continuity, bridging the past with the present. Afghans have a special feeling for the rubab, describing it as the lion of instruments because it emphasizes its strength, resonance, and noble qualities. Just as a lion is seen as a symbol of bravery and power, the rubab embodies the enduring spirit of the Afghan people, particularly at times of adversity. But rubab is shaped like a short-necked three-string lute with a sympathetic and thrown string, fretted and plucked with a black drum, with a double-chambered body, the lower part of which is covered in skin, and with three main strings.
Oud, Arab. Oud is a Middle Eastern short-necked lute-type, pear-shaped, fretless string instrument with 5 chords of 2 strings and a single 11 string, a penback and a bowl-shaped body, often with up to 3 sound holes, play with a pick. But oud is not just a musical instrument. It's a profound representation of Arab cultural value, identity, and historical significance. Its central role in music reflects the deep appreciation for art and community in Arab societies, while its historical roots and influence underscore the instruments.
Dotara. It is a traditional instrument from Bangladesh. The dotara is a plucked string instrument played in an up-note combination, often played alongside folk percussive instruments such as dol, hall, or mandira. It is made out of neem or other hardwood, with an elongated, rounded belly for a sandbox, which tapers to a narrow neck culminating in a packbox, which is often elaborately carved in the shape of a peacock head, swan head, or other animal motifs. The fingerboard is fretless and made of brass or steel. The dotara is an important symbol of Bangladesh's rural and folk traditions, embodying the values of spirituality, simplicity, and communal life. It's used in both music as well as other forms of folk expression, connects it deeply to the spiritual and philosophical traditions of Bengal. Historically, the dotara has served as a voice for the common people, helping to preserve the cultural identity, history, and values of Bangladesh. Its role in storytelling, spirituality, and cultural preservation makes it an enduring and essential part of the country's musical and historical landscape.
Bolivia, charango. The charango is a small Andean stringed instrument of the lute family, fretted, hollow-bodied bowl lute, usually with 4 or 5 double strings with as many as 11 tunings. The charango was traditionally made with a shell from the back of an armadillo, but it can also be made of wood. It is popular in countries like Bolivia, Peru, Ecuador, and northern Argentina, and is often played in a variety of musical settings. The charango representing the fusion of indigenous and colonial influence that define much of its history. It is a key element of indigenous identity and resilience, embodying the struggles and triumphs of the Andean people, from traditional ceremonies and communal celebrations to political movement and cultural resistance. The charango holds enduring importance in both the cultural values and historical narrative of Bolivia, connecting the past with the present in its music and symbolism.
And then we can work in the tune.
Cuatro, Puerto Rico. The cuatro is a powerful representation of Puerto Rican cultural values, embodying the spirit of the island's rural heritage, national identity, and community-centered celebrations. It serves as a musical and symbolic bridge between Puerto Rico's past and present, reflecting the island's history of cultural fusion and resilience. As both a cherished folk instrument and a national icon, the cuatro preserves the island's cultural roots while continuing to play a vital role in Puerto Rican music and identity today. Cuatro is a fretted strings instrument with a hollow body, derived from the Spanish sipal and other strings instruments, made from carved wood with strings, 10 in 5 sets of 2, or leather strips or dried animal goods. It is one of the traditional music instruments from Puerto Rico.
Not for him.
The use of lute-like stringed instruments by Ukrainians dates back to 591. In that year, Byzantine Greek chronicles mention Bulgar warrior who traveled with a lute-like instrument they called kytaros. There are iconographic depictions of lute-like instruments in the 11th century's frescoes of Sion Sophia's cathedral, the capital of the Kievaners. It is not known by what specific term these instruments were referred to in those early times, although it has been surmised that the lute-like instruments was referred to by the generic medieval Slavic term for a string instrument. The way to play the bandura is almost the same as playing the harp. The strings are plucked with the fingers of one or two hands, and the strings are not pressed against the frets.
Mandors are an early version of the mandolin, said to have been first used by shepherds in northern Spain from about 1500 or earlier. The mandor is a reflection of the cultural and historical values of medieval and Renaissance French. It symbolizes the refinement, innovation, and artistic expression that defined the era, particularly within noble and intellectual circles. The instrument's role in fostering musical creativity and its influence on the development of modern European string instrument make it an important cultural artifact that links French rich musical heritage to its historical evolution as a center of arts and cultural in Europe. Also, Mandor is a small member of the flute family, teardrop-shaped with 4 to 6 chords of good string and pitch in the treble range. Rondeau, set of corded bamboo panpipes that produce two tones simultaneously, consisting of pieces of cane, placed side by side in order by size and closed at one end, played by blowing across the top of the instrument. The rondeau can be used during several events. It's used at different festivals and celebrations, such as the Independence Day of Ecuador on 10th of August, or relating more to the natives in celebration of a good harvest. On the other hand, it can be used in a sad tone to express grief and sorrow if someone dies or someone sick. The rondeau is a powerful emblem of Ecuadorian indigenous culture, representing the values of harmony, connection to nature, and communal life. It holds significant historical importance as an ancient instrument that has survived colonization and cultural suppression, symbolizing the resilience and cultural continuity of the Indian peoples. Through its music, the rondeau preserves the identity, tradition, and history of indigenous communities, making it a key of Ecuador's culture and historical landscape.
Angklung is a musical instrument from the Sundanese in Indonesia that is made of a varying number of bamboo tubes attached to a bamboo frame. Each tube is carved to have different pitch, and when the frame is shaken, the tube resonates to produce sound. The guitar is played by shaking or striking the instrument to create melodies. Also, angklung is a powerful embodiment of Indonesia culture values, particularly those of community, harmony, and respect for nature. It reflects the historical importance of agriculture and spirituality in Indonesian society and serves as symbol of national unity and identity.
Dadu, Armenia. Dudu is double reed pipe with wide reeds made from pieces of cane in a duckbill type assembly, generally diatonic and with a single octave range. It is usually played in pairs. While the first player plays the melody, the second plays a steady drone called a dump, and the sound of two instruments together creates a richer sound. Its soulful sound captures the emotional depth of the Armenian people and their historical experiences, particularly in times of hardship. Through its continued use in cultural, religious, and social events, and duduk preserves Armenian traditions and connect modern generations with their historical and cultural roots.
The Pasha nation is a mixture of Bantu-speaking clans that mixed with San people who already lived in southern Africa when they arrived there. Pasha were mostly independent and relatively isolated up until this point, in which they occasionally trade with the regions north of their homeland with external links that are described as sporadic and marginal string instruments, blown rather than plucked or strummed, with a single string and tuning notes, attached both to a bow and a feather quill, with a frame made from a coconut shell. The Deaswyta is a profound emblem to Pasha culture's values, representing a deep connection to nature, spirituality, and the pastoral lifestyle. Historically, it has been an integral part of the Pasha daily life, rituals and oral traditions, helping preserve their identity and heritage. Its continued presence in modern Pasha culture signifies the resilience of traditional customs and their enduring significance in South African history.
The madal is one of the traditional music instruments, also the national instruments of Nepal, with shaped double-headed cylindrical drum, slightly bulging at the waist, held horizontally and played double-handed. The madal is more than just a musical instrument. It is a profound symbol of Nepalese culture, heritage, and identity. It reflects the values of community, tradition, and unity within Nepali society while preserving historical practice and oral traditions. Through its continuous use in festivals, folk music, and cultural rituals, the madal represents the enduring connection between past and present, highlighting its significance in both cultural representation and historical continuity in Nepal.